Now comes the onset of the monsoon and withdrawal. So in India, the duration of the monsoon is generally from the months of June to mid September. Okay, and when the monsoon arrives, the intensity of the rainfall increases, which continues for several days. Understood? And this is known as the burst of the monsoon. This process, it is known as the burst of the monsoon. Okay, and by the first week of June, what happened? The monsoon arrives in Kerala, and it is then divided into two branches: the Bay of Bengal branch and the Arabian Sea branch. Okay, so the Arabian Sea branch reaches Mumbai in the second week of June, and the Bay of Bengal branch, it arrives in Assam in the first week of June. So the mountains in the region leads to the deflection of monsoon winds over the North Indian plains. Okay, and by mid June, the monsoon strikes the central part of the country, okay, and Saurashtra and Kutch region. So Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana and eastern Rajasthan, they receives rainfall by the first week of July. Okay, and the monsoon winds begin to withdraw from the northwestern part of India by early September. So it withdraws from the peninsular region by mid-October, and it completely withdraws from the country by the first week of December. Okay, so this is the onset of the monsoon and how they are withdrawing. Okay, now comes the season. So a country with a monsoon type of climate experience distinct season. Okay, so India experiences the following seasons, that is the cold weather season, winter, hot weather season, isn't it, summer, yes, monsoon and all. So the cold weather season in India begins during mid-November, isn't it, in northern India, and stays till February, December and December and January are the coldest months during this season. And during the cold season, what happened? The days are warm and the nights are cold, and when temperature decreases, the frost is commonly experienced in North India, not in South India. Okay, and the cold season in most part of the country is the dry season, as northeast trade winds blow from land to sea, and many cyclonic disturbance occur over northern India during this time. So this result in rainfall during winters and snowfall in the Himalayan region. So this winter rainfall helps in the cultivation of rabi crops. Okay, and in hot weather season, that is in summer season, what happened? In India begins from March and continues till May, and in May the temperature rises to 45 degrees centigrade in the northwestern part of the country, and because of high temperature, low air pressure is created in the northern part of the country. And one of the striking feature of the hot weather season in India is the blowing of local winds, that is known as Loo. You all are aware of it, isn't it? It is a hot wind which blow during the evening also. So direct exposure to these winds, okay, it causes diseases, fever, okay, anxieties and all. So sometimes northern India experience dust storms accompanied by light rainfall during May. Okay, so this brings down the temperature, and during this time downpours are accompanied by hail in West Bengal. So these storms are known as Kal Baisakhi, that is in Bengal. And towards the end of the summer season, what happens? Rain showers are common in Kerala and Karnataka, and they help in the early ripening of mangoes, and thus are sometimes what happened, it also refers to as mango showers. Okay. हाँ अपू, बंद करना ना. Now retreating monsoon. Okay, so during October and November, what happens? The southwest monsoon winds become weaker, and it starts retreating from the northern plains by the beginning of October. Understood? And the retreat is indicated by the clear skies, and that it is an increase in the temperature in the northern plains. And this increase in temperature, it is termed as October heat. Okay, and at this time what happened, the low pressure condition, it shifts to the Bay of Bengal, which gives rise to cyclonic depression, and this often result in the destruction of life and property, generally on the eastern coast and the southern coast. And most of the rainfall in the Coromandel coast is derived from these cyclones only. Okay, and distribution of rainfall distribution is not the same for every part of the country. Yes, while northeastern India and the part of the western coast, okay, so they received about 400 centimeter of rainfall annually. Understood? And western Rajasthan and the western part of Gujarat, Punjab and Haryana, these all state, it receives less than 60 centimeter of rainfall. And the wind which arises from the Arabian Sea are full of moisture. Okay, and these winds strikes the mountains on the western side, which result in very heavy rainfall. And by the time what happened, these winds reach the eastern ghats, they are already dry as they shed their moisture. So the western ghats receives more rainfall than the eastern ghats. Okay, and rainfall is also low in the eastern ghats, okay, interior parts of the Deccan Plateau and the Leh regions of Jammu and Kashmir. So the other parts of the country receives moderate rainfall, and such a distribution of rainfall, what happen, it causes a great climatic variation. While the eastern part of the country, they almost gets flooded every year, and the western part of the country, droughts like situations. Okay, then monsoon as a unified bond, what is it? Although the monsoon winds are irregular and uncertain, है ना, they unify the entire country, and the farmers eagerly wait for the arrival of rainfall, and this rainfall provides the water required for the agricultural activities, isn't it? And its arrival, that is monsoon arrival, it is welcomed with the celebration of festivals, singing and dancing. That is why it is said that monsoon has a unifying bond. Okay, so go through the chapter, read the chapters properly, bachas. It will be more clear to you. Thank you so much. God bless you all.